All right, I know what the first question is going to be. My health is fine. I'm feeling good. I didn't pick up a cold. Can we move on to the second, third, fourth, fifth question?
How's your health and how's the health of the football team?
Knew it was coming up. Drew practiced today. So got him in some 7-on-7, got him in some team stuff today. It's moving okay. So we'll see how he feels. I think we'll have to see how he feels tomorrow. But he was padded out, got in there, and moved around pretty good.
Justin, you.
Oh, he's fine, 100%. Yep.
And Alze?
He's out. He's out.
With Drew, even if he's feeling pretty good on Saturday, feeling pretty good tomorrow, do you feel like you have come up with some people through the course of this week where you feel a little bit more comfortable with your depth at that position?
I do. I think, yeah, I mean, look, we're not going to put Drew out there, unless he's capable of helping us win. If he can't, we feel like we've got a good rotation, feel very comfortable with the rotation that we have going there.
And is that a secret rotation?
It's a rotation that you'll see on Saturday.
Okay. Out of that particular rotation, and talking about nickel, we didn't get to see really Houston last week.
Right.
Where do you see his progress from the last time maybe we saw him play?
I think for Houston, his last few reps against Pittsburgh were really solid, and he's gaining more confidence. It's much more about technique than it is athleticism for him, and learning leverage at that position is so important in terms of what he's getting, and I think he continues to progress at the position.
What's his relationship like with Julian? It seems like Julian is really high on him and wants to help him.
I think that whole group is very close in terms of, just helping each other and trying to give him as much. I think I don't want to say veteran experience, but Julian's played in there a little bit. Just even today, sometimes when the corners go over, they get caught inside as a number 2, where Houston plays a lot. They have an opportunity to get some good insight to Houston.
Are you aware of any issues with Ryan Field, being some footing issues?
It's a grass field that is, obviously there's some weather, but we haven't seen a ton. I mean, there's a little bit on film that you see a slip here or there, but it doesn't appear to be something that would get us overly concerned.
I ask because you're facing a quarterback that could throw 50 to 60 times this weekend.
Sure.
Put your DBs in it.
Yeah. We're not seeing anything there other than, they've got to push the ball down the field. I mean, big, shots down the field is. If you look at the Michigan State game, if you look at every game where they've scored points, it's big plays, and shots. So we're prepared for that.
Saturday, I asked you about Troy Pride, and you said I should ask him. I didn't have access to him, so I have to come back to you. That was an atypical performance for him.
Yeah.
It had to be injury related, or what was
he wasn't feeling 100%, but my point to Troy, and he did a good job this week, was, look, it's, we're closing in on November. If you don't have 100%, which you probably don't, if you got 90, you got to give me 100% of 90. and sometimes that's a knowledge base that some of these younger players that are starting for the first time late into the season and accumulating a lot of reps are figuring out. And, I was on him hard this week, and I think he responded in the right way. And that's just gaining just a different level of experience that he hadn't had before.
Brian, there are a couple players that talk about bringing energy is that something that you have to be real intentional about, opposed to assume that a team that's undefeated, ranked in the top 5, would bring its own energy automatically?
Well, because not every game do you bring. I mean, there's only so many games that you can bring a ton of energy to. You can play fundamentally sound. You can play and have great execution, week in and week out. But you're not always going to have. We played with a great amount of energy and enthusiasm against Michigan and Stanford, but maybe not the same at other points in the season. This is a game you better. Because they're going to have it, and you have to match that. So it was intentional on my part to let our football team, you better match their intensity level, because they will come out with high intensity, and if you don't match it, you're going to be in for a long afternoon.
In a week where maybe it's not built in like this one, like Stanford or Michigan, like you said, what are some tricks or approaches you take to help them along with that, or is it just?
No, I think just awareness. I don't think you can really do anything else but just to make sure early in the week that they're aware of what they have to bring. I thought that there wasn't a great amount of energy at practice, but they were very focused and intentional. And I thought it was very interesting because they know that they're going to have to tap into that on Saturday. So I was very pleased with the way that they practiced. They played fast. We had 20, I know you don't care about this stuff, but we had 21 guys run 19 miles per hour or more. Last year at this time, we had 11. So in terms of speed and in terms of intentionality, it's there, but they know they've got to bring another element on Saturday against the team that will have it.
Brian, what's the challenge for if you think you're going to get a team that might throw 50, 55 times to just play a preponderance of nickel? Is it as obvious as weakens your run defense if you're doing that, or
I'd be careful to go into the game thinking that. They started to establish a pretty good running game last week. And if you look at what they did against Wisconsin, again, the big play, throwing the ball down the field is absolutely part of what they do. But they put together a really strong running attack that balanced that out last week. So, I think we have to be very, very in tune with controlling the line of scrimmage. This has got to be a big day for us to defend the deep ball, but control the line of scrimmage. And controlling the line of scrimmage, I mean both getting after the quarterback, but we're going to have to be solid against the run too.
Ryan, was Quentin at practice again today?
Yes, he was.
And beyond just reminiscing or whatever, saying hi to everybody, what does your team get out of having him at a practice a couple days in a row?
Well, I had him talk to the team yesterday. He's a guy that has been part of this, run for us in terms of what we're doing and how we're doing it. So I wanted to give him the opportunity to give a little bit of insight as to what the plan is here and how we finish this off. So it was good. It was good to have him at practice. It was good for his words to resonate with our football team. So it was good to see him. Yeah, I'll keep that between the group. Quentin is, as you guys know, a guy that has a mindset of getting after his opponent. And November's one where you've got to be tough-minded in November, and these week to week are games where you have to be tough-minded, and as you know, Quentin brings that kind of to the table.
Anything else? All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks.